Hello everyone, this is Favorite Uncle Bob making another video, and today we're going to be looking at the Transformers Studio Series 86 Ironhide. So before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below which the video or else like to see in video. And before we get started on him, I do want to announce that over 1,000 subscribers, like seriously, thank y'all. It was like, what, just last week I hit 900. Y'all are amazing. Yeah, I'm just a loss for words. So be on the lookout for a very special short on a potentially maybe a giveaway. Maybe. Anyways, so on to the figure himself. Here we have him in his van mode with 3, 4, 15 different shades of red. So yeah, not too bad. Let's take a quick look at the details. Focus, thank you. Get the nice silver bumper section right up here with a little bit of silver for what would have been the headlights. Get the transparent plastic all throughout the figure, which is very scary, but at least the rims are done in a nice silver. So, and the back is mostly unpainted other than the silver right here. He really needed that his yellow stripe kind of going down the figure. So, yeah, oh well. So, but he does roll very nicely. So there is that. And for a real quick size comparison, here we have G2 Sideswipe. So you can see that they're pretty decent in size. So scale-wise, he is about as long as the Sideswipe mold. So there is that. And he also does come with 2 accessories. Both identical guns, molded in black, painted silver, and they did a really good job. It looks very good in my opinion. So there is that. And these can store in the all mode if you so choose. You can plug them up top and have, kind of that look going on. But I love how they did it down here, where you got a tab right here, and you'll just plug both guns in on either side to give him some exhaust. And I love when they do that, like turning the gun into an exhaust. That is the perfect way to store a gun on an Autobot, or at least a car-based alt mode. So, yeah. So overall, the van mode is okay. It's just very lacking in paint and is very scary. Just this section right here is transparent plastic. So, yeah, I'm hoping that they release maybe in 2027 an alive version of this guy with all solid plastic, just solid plastic. So, but anyways, let's go ahead and get down to transformation. So I'll go ahead and remove the guns and set those off to the side. And to get started, I've heard that if you squeeze this and then pull this piece out right here, it helps. So it helped a little bit there. Oh, and also make sure the bumper is down. Then just go ahead and bring this out. Flip in these pieces right here. Go ahead and don't flip that in yet. Take these panels right here and untab them from each other. Swing them down, and they're going to untab from right here. So swing them out. Swing them out, and then it's going to untab from the arms right up here. Untap that, and bring this whole thing down. And bring the hips down as well, and straighten out the legs. So get that hip skirt down. Next, I'm going to save the awesome part for the transformation for a little bit later. So go ahead and flip up the hands, split them, and bring them around. Then you're going to take this whole section and you're pretty much going to earthrise it. Get this piece down, and you're going to rotate it at this joint right up in here. So get this rotated around, then just tab it in, take the head, flip it up, flip this panel in about 90 degrees. It's going to raise up. There we go. So flip it in about 90 degrees and push it in whilst, doing all that. My brain just stopped working there for a minute. So kind of straighten out the arms, bring them down, take the bumper and just kind of have it sitting on the back. All right, so for the cool part of the transformation, go ahead and split his entire legs. You're going to lift up this piece right here, flip this section up, flip that in, flip this down, and bring this down on that double hinge. flip down his shin panel, and I love how this works. That is a phenomenal way to just do it. That is awesome. So anyways, go ahead and just kind of straighten this piece up, flip it down, then flip this piece around, and it should tab into place, but it doesn't really hold all too well. But anyways, so you can see, just, yeah. Anyways, get this panel flipped up, flip this all the way down, flip this down, take this, straighten it out, flip it down, flip this around, and get the arms back down. There you go. There you have SS-86 Ironhide in his robot mode, and they did a really good job on the engineering. This is a Voyager, I believe, but it definitely, feels it. It's not as hefty as some of the other Voyagers, but it does, got some thick plastic. I'm just not a fan of this transparent plastic, so again, hopefully they give us a more solid one. Yeah, looks very good, very clean transformation. So let's take a quick look at the face sculpt. Focus, thank you. Very nicely done. Get the nice silver for the face. His eyes are painted blue. So yeah, they did a really good job capturing Ironhide and even his Roman-esque Spartan helmet type thing. So yeah. Now, as far as articulation, your head is on a ball joint, so you get the full 360. You get a little bit up, you get a little bit down. Not too much on the way of side to side. Arms can do a full 360. They move out to that far, and I love the molding detail that they did right here. Just kind of looks like Spider-Man's armpit webs, honestly, to me. So, at least some of the suits that he's had. You get a bicep rotation. You get 90 degrees of elbow bend with a wrist rotation. And if he had a sword, you can bring him down, which is nice. He does get a waist rotation. The hip skirt is one piece, but I have seen people modify it by knocking out the pin, taking a very sharp X-Acto knife and just sawing it down. But anyways, you can raise it up, get the hips moved that far forward, that far back. Can do the full splits, thigh rotation. You get 90 degrees of a knee bend. And the feet, they can move up, they can move down, and you do get ankle tilt, which is nice. That's about as far as you'll get, unfortunately, but it's fine. So, yeah, overall, very posable figure, all things considering. Now, he can hold his weapons if you so choose, or you can just plug them in right back here, utilizing the same ports right there. So if you wanted him to hold them there, or I guess you could just also plug them onto the back of the legs, right back here. But since he is a, Ironhide, he wants to show his weapons. You can just plug them into his fists. Get those plugged in. And yes, they are Bluish compatible, which is nice. I don't have any blast effects on me right now, so sorry. But yeah, there you go. And for a real quick size comparison, here we have a G2 sideswipe, so you can see that, the sideswipe mold does scale very nicely with Ironhide. So, and whenever I get around to reviewing the Earthrise one, you'll see a comparison then. So, yeah. So overall, a very well done figure. Honestly, when this guy was first announced, I wasn't going to pick him up because I'm like, I'm fine with the Earthrise one. I love the shield, and everything, and especially since he doesn't have a port, I can't really give him the shield because I love the display option with, again, the shield. How many times can I say shield? But I saw him at my Walmart, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'll pick him up. He looks interesting enough. And actually, I picked up Ratchet instead because, I saw someone using him as the animated Ratchet. And I'm like, that's fantastic. I'm definitely doing that. Messed around with the mold, and I'm like, you know what? I'm picking up Ironhide too. So, yeah, definitely a very well done figure. Not a very big fan of the transparent plastic, especially when going into the alt mode, because the pieces, these are on hooks. These hook into this section right here, as you can see. So if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't mind, but since it is that, I do mind very much. So, and we know how Hasbro's transparent plastic is, so yeah. But anyways, definitely worthy of a pickup, depending on how your collection is. So, yeah, I think that is about it. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for that giveaway. More information on that, and for more video reviews.